Hey, what's up? It's Sifu Kuttel, and in this video, we're going to be going over the 3 fundamental strikes for Tai Chi Flute. Now, as you notice, I don't have a flute. You don't have to have one either. The idea of using a flute for self-defense is more of the concept that you could use stick techniques with something that's around you, and it gave it a nice novelty in the Chinese martial arts, which also flowed over into wuxia, and it kind of went back and forth. So you had your Chinese stories and novels and fantasies also corresponding with Chinese martial arts. So with that said, grab a flute and let's go over 3 fundamental techniques for striking. Okay, so let's start on the 3 fundamental strikes. Now this is not all of your strikes and it's in no particular order. These just tie together very nicely. Okay, so we'll start by grabbing the flute and I'm going to have it behind. So I can have it low or behind where I'm attacking. Okay, so from here, I'm going to step out in a bow stance. And then as the toes come down, I'm going to raise up to make sure that I'm blocking in front of me. If I have my flute behind me and nothing in front of me, I have a chance of my opponent advancing in. So here we've made contact already with the opponent and we're going to be blocking. And then as you shift forward, we're going to strike across, hitting towards the head level, ideally towards the temple, right where the eyebrow comes down, or the jaw, right at the corner of the jaw. Okay, so again, I can start right here, step out, raise up, and then across. Now, as I do this, I don't want to go all the way across. I'm not going to swing all the way through for this. I want to make sure that I stop so that the tip of the flute is still at the center line, so it never points away from my opponent. Even if I go a little bit further over to the side, I now have to recuperate this extra space if my opponent attacks. If my flute stays more towards the center, now I have something between me and my opponent, which is very, very important. Okay, so again, we'll start from here, step out, raise, and then shift forward and hit. Now from here, we're just going to pivot, stepping forward to another bow stance. I take my left hand and I'm going to place it on the wrist, and then we're going to go straight across, horizontal as we shift forward. Okay, this would be attacking towards the neck or the head, maybe towards the jaw as well. Okay, so nothing super fancy, but again, notice I end with the tip still at the center line. I never want to exceed that. Okay, so again, our first 2 strikes, nice and horizontal, really. So with the flute out, step, raise, shift forward and hit. Shift back, step up, and then across one more time. Now our last one, what we're going to do is again forward in a bow stance. I'm going to chamber the hand, so I rotate a little bit and then extend forward with a forward thrust. Now I do like to point my finger on this because it allows a better gripping position for better alignment here. However, the situation will dictate whether or not you have time to change this position or if you just go straight in with an underhand thrust. This is still useful in a practical sense, but this is what we're going to practice in our Tai Chi, okay? Now I would again aim for the throat on this one, or you can go towards the body, towards the solar plexus, but we want to go to a softer area that's going to have more consequence from our impact. We're going to knock the wind out of them, stop the wind, or you can hit towards the face and just be mean, okay? So again, from our starting position, I step out, raise the hand, shift forward, hit to the head, shift, step forward, across to the head again, shift, and then pressing forward, straight thrust to the throat, face, or solar plexus. Okay? Now if I'm facing towards you, from this position, I step out, raise, and then across. I'm going to shift, step forward, across, shift, step forward, and thrust. Nice, simple 3 movements. Now, I do suggest that you explore these techniques. So still feel free, once you get the movements down, step, raise, put some power in, and see exactly where the body has to control and where the hand has to control to put power in these. See if you can connect that back heel into the thrust, that waist rotation into the strikes, and then apply that back into your slow movements. Okay, so there you have it. There's our 3 fundamental strikes. Now, even though we focused on 3 particular stances for this, you are more than welcome to explore other stances with these techniques. We could do this moving forward. You could do it striking one side, then turn and strike to the other side. You can play around with these. That's truly the best way to explore using a weapon in Tai Chi. Okay, so if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and as always, be sure to subscribe. Till next time, this is Sifu Kuttel.